Hi everyone, welcome back to the Vibrant Life Source channel. Today I'm going to show you a really easy tip or method when cooking with non-dairy. So if you follow more of a vegan, a paleo, or a Whole30 type of nutrition protocol, this is going to be something that you're going to want to know how to make. And basically what it is in all of those protocols, you are going dairy free. I don't have any dairy, mainly because dairy and I do not get along. So you may find that for whatever reason you are not consuming dairy, which for the most part is fairly easy, except for when you're doing some cooking or baking, that you may still want that type of a texture. And so insert using nuts. Yes, you can use nuts to mimic that texture and almost the flavor of various dairy products. So what I have today is I'm going to show you how to make a cashew cream sauce. So what you need is just raw cashews, not salted, not roasted. Very important, because you want it to have just a very plain palate. The great thing about using cashews is it is kind of a softer nut, so it blends up just beautifully, but also it can take on any flavor you add to it. So it can be savory, it can be sweet, it can be tangy, kind of like a sour cream. So it can mimic a lot of different things. So what I have put in my blender, and you can use a food processor as well, I just find that my Vitamix works really well and it's easy, is I put about a cup of raw cashews in a bowl and then I filled them up just so they're just barely over filled is water, and just let it soak overnight. And what that does is that softens the nut. So whatever type of nut that you're using, in this case we're using cashews, you want it to soften down. I also find that that helps with digesting of the nuts. Now, of course, if you have a sensitivity or an allergy to nuts, you would not be doing this, right? So, all right, so let's get into it. So what I did is the nuts soaked overnight and I drained off the water, okay? And then I've put in all those nuts, about a whole cup of them in here, and then I put the lid on and I let it run. And then I'm adding water a little at a time, right? And I might be scraping down the Vitamix as I go. So, and then what we're going to do is just let it go until it gets to the consistency you want for whatever recipe you're using. So you're just using, adding water a little bit at a time, all right? Alright, so welcome back. So now we can kind of see what it looks like as it's blending. So let me show you how this looks. And it comes out, so I've made it a little bit thicker because I'm going to be using it in a sauce, kind of like a riff off of sour cream. So I wanted it a little bit thicker. And look at that. It comes out really thick. It's very creamy, and so now this is my palette. So now what I can use, I'm going to have this for all different kinds of recipes for this week. So give this a try. If you've never made it before and you've always been curious, how to make it, now you can see it's really easy, just cashews and water. And then you can play with whatever recipe that you want. And speaking of recipes, coming up soon, I'm going to be showing you some recipes of how you can use the cashew cream sauce in some recipes. So stay with me and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get updates when that next video comes out. I hope you have a great day. I hope you try this recipe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.